are going to talk about the most interesting topic. A topic which at time actually irritates you, but also a topic which at time gives you all the information. Yes, you can see it right behind me. We are going to talk of advertisements. Now let's see in detail about it. What all about it? What is an advertisement? Types of advertisements. There are different types of them. The important features, the guidelines. So now this is because you are going to make, you're going to frame that advertisement. So you need to have your guidelines. The marking scheme, because you're going to present it on your answer sheet for the marks. Sample advertisement, how it should actually be done practically. And practice questions. Practice makes man perfect. We've all heard it, right? So let's do the same. Okay, so let's move on. First and foremost, what is an advertisement? An advertisement is a public announcement made through popular mediums like newspapers, magazines, television, radio, and the cinema. Now, we want to reach out to hundreds and thousands of people. Okay, you have come with a nice product. You have made something really good and you want to advertise it. You want to reach it out to so many people that look, now I am dealing with all this. Alright, now these days, home bakers are trendy. They are so many number. Every second house you find a home baker. How do we know? Why? Because they actually put out their advertisements that so and so flavors of cakes are available. These are, the organic stuff, and we are using only wheat flour and we are not using, refined flour. They put up. That's how we become aware. Right? So they use different mediums. They either put it in newspapers, magazines, radio, television, and the cinema. An advertisement may be displayed on a placard as well. You have a placard, you have a broad paper, which is actually laminated types. So it's a placard. You can do it on that as well. It is non-personal. It is in general. Oral or visual message, depending. Now, of course, if it's coming in a radio, it's going to be audio, right? It cannot be visual. So regarding a product, a service, or an idea, you're either providing some service, maybe some salon service, you're giving some spa, something, haircut and a lot of beauty treatments. You are providing that's your service. Maybe some product. You have some particular kind of product which you have come up with and you want to sell that. So that is something you're going to talk about, the product. Like we are talking about our product. We are an educational app, right? So we want to bring awareness. Likewise, or an idea. You have some concept in your mind. You want to share that, right? So this is what an advertisement is all about. An advertisement attracts immediate attention of the public. See, it's very natural. The moment we see some nice peppy music and nice colorful pictures, we stop. We stop to watch that advertisement. Yeah, unless you have seen it many times, you would just want to let it go. But generally, most of us stop to watch it. We definitely get distracted and attracted. We get distracted from what we are doing and we get attracted towards the advertisement. It is a very potent tool for promoting sales or services. It's a very effective tool, right? You want to promote sales, you want to, promote your services. Yes, this is how it is. Advertisement is the best medium. It is used to influence the minds, the tastes, and even motives of the masses. Yes. If you're talking about your minds, you are telling it is used to influence. Your mind is influenced. Okay, now I am using this oil. Now I was told this oil is better. Stop using soya oil. Start using rice bran oil. Why? Because so and so benefits are there. You are influencing someone's mind. You have to shift to organic stuff. Start buying organic vegetables. Start buying all the organic ingredients. Why? Because it has influenced your mind. That is way more healthy. That is what we have seen, right? You are influencing the mind and the taste. Switch over to healthy food. You want to have pizza, but your base should be made of wheat. It should not be refined flour. You have to top it with a lot of vegetables. You are bringing a change. You are influencing the taste of the people. They are all, shifting from fried food to, you have those air fryers. You are shifting to that. So you are influencing all their taste as well, and even the motives of the masses. You are, whatever they are aiming at, right? You are influencing each aspect of it. So advertisement has such a strong effect on all of these. Now, talking of types of advertisements, now that we know what are advertisements, let's talk about the different types of advertisements. Now, we have two of them. We have classified ads and we have commercial ads. Classified are which? They are found in the columns of newspapers. Now, for most of you or those of you who read newspapers will know what is a classified ad. Yeah, it is found in the columns of newspapers and magazines placed by individuals wishing to advertise the availability or the need for goods and services. Now, either they want to give you the service or they are looking for services. Either they want to sell their goods or they are looking for some particular good. So, both the ways. These are grouped according to the product or service type. They are generally brief and descriptive. They are brief means they're very short. They are not really big. They're not elaborate. They are not too much. They are small, they are short, yeah, and of course descriptive, because you are not seeing the product, you are just reading that part, so that has to be described properly. Talking of commercial ads, now commercial ads we are so familiar. While you are watching your YouTube, while you are watching news, you can see those ads coming. You go to the cinema hall, you have n number of ads before the movie starts, during the break. All those are commercial ads. They are a span of television programming produced and paid for by an organization. It conveys a message promoting and aiming to market a product or service. Same thing. This is television programming produced and paid for. Yeah, you pay for those ads when you give it. Now, for example, when you're watching the IPL, all of us, I'm sure, okay, very few maybe who don't really. So when you are watching that IPL, do you see the n number of ads that come at that point of time? I know it's very irritating when you have just 3 balls to go and 5 runs to score, and then that ad comes in the middle. It's irritating. It's highly, because that time it's climax. It's like, oh, what's going to happen next? But yes, why do those ads come at that point of time? Because they're highly effective. Everyone is glued, is watching the television, is watching that cricket, and they want to see whether India makes it or not. And that is the time that sweet ad comes. Yeah, so this is actually, it is produced and paid for by an organization, whichever brand puts up that ad. Right? So these are the different types of ads. Now, covering up the features of the classified advertisements. They are categorized into columns according to different classes. Now, it all depends on the different types of classes. So, they are categorized into different columns. They are brief and they occupy less space. Now, they are brief, they are short and descriptive. Hence, they don't take too much of space of the newspaper, very little. They are economical. They are cheaper, not as, when you put it up in your advertisements, in your television and stuff, that's way more expensive. So these are economical. They are very easy. They're very cheap. They are written in short phrases and words because they are brief. So they're given, the description is given, but absolutely to the point. The language is simple and concise. Easy for a layman, for anybody, maybe who is not really good in English, or depending, it even comes in Hindi and Gujarati, be it any language, it can be in any language, depending on the state where it's coming up. So yeah, the language is simple, it's kept very simple, it is kept concise, it is to the point, okay, to exactly what the product is all about. It will tell you. Factual and formal. Factual means it gives you the fact. It gives you actually what that product or service is. And yes, it is formal. It has to be, because it's a formal medium, right? Each and every person is going to read. So you have to keep it very formal. It cannot be informal. There are no blocks or designs. Unlike the others, when you put it in your magazines and stuff like that, you have blocks, you have designs, you have different ways to put it up. But yes, in this case, in case of classified advertisements, there is no such thing. Now, after the features of the classified advertisements, let's move on to the guidelines. Clearly state the category at the top. Whenever you see these classified ads, if you have a newspaper right now also in front of you, or even you use an e-newspaper, you can even read it right away. So they actually have to put the category on top of it. Maybe it's for sale, to let means you want to rent it out, you want to sell. So you have the category over there. So if someone is interested in buying, they will look at those categories. They will not read each and every advertisement. They will look at the category and decide to read, because so many advertisements come. You cannot afford to sit and read all of them, right? You will want to look at something you are looking for, right? Give all necessary details in points using commas. You have to give the details. You put a comma after every detail, right? They have to be very short. Give contact address, name and telephone number. Yeah, obviously you have to give your name, your address, your telephone number. So if I want something, if I want to rent that apartment of yours, I need to know whom to contact, right? So of course I need the details, that where is that place, what is the name of the owner and the telephone number to connect, or maybe nowadays even the email ID. Put the matter in a box. The first one or two words of an advertisement may be written in capital letters. You cannot begin now. That's a case we have been doing since right from the beginning, that we always start something with a capital letter. So yeah, your one or two words of an advertisement can begin with capital letters. Now, let's look at the types of classified. Now, you have different types, you have different categories, and which are they? So, right now, we will just read through, but each of these have been explained further. Yeah, according, so if you have some situation vacant, or you want something, there's a situation which is either it's vacant, you want somebody, or something wanted, lost and found, sale and purchase, accommodation wanted. Accommodation means you want a place to stay. Educational, placement services, matrimonial, for marriage, you're looking for a boy or a girl. To let, to rent, tuition classes, we all generally tend to look, but now it's a word, even it depends if it's a word of mouth also, that also matters. That's also, a sort of an advertisement. Packers and movers, when you're shifting from one place to another. Kennel, what does the word kennel tell you? Dogs live in kennel, right? So yeah, here you have all about dogs. See, these days we are all into the thing that we want to have a pet at home. Yeah, so the details of the same are given in this category. Travels and tours, and of course public appeal. So all these types of classified advertisements have been explained at length as in detail. So let's see this. Now, situation vacant. You have to specify the post and the number of vacancies. What post are you looking for? A manager? Are you looking for an administrator? What post are you looking, and how many people are you looking for? Number of vacancies. How many empty posts do you have? Qualities of the person required. You want to make sure that the person knows very good communication skills, he is a good orator, he can present very well, he's good at lots of things, communicating with the people. Name of the company, now that's optional. Maybe you want to, you don't want to, so that's okay. Age and sex of the candidate, you want to know whether that's a boy or a girl, you want to know the age of the person. Pay scale and perks. What is the pay scale and what are the additional facilities, the additional perks, additional benefits? Yeah. Mode of applying, how is this going to happen, how are we going to start it, and what would be the mode? Contact address and phone number, where to contact. the address and the phone number. So this is for a vacant situation. Talking of lost and found, now this is one of the categories. Begin with lost and found, you have to put that. Then you have to write description of the article. Now whether you have lost an article, so you're putting an ad for that, or maybe you have found it and you want to put it back, rather give it back to the person, but you don't know. So you will describe the article, when and where the article was lost or found. Where did you lose it or where did you find it, and when? Yeah. Reward for finding it. Now if you have lost something very valuable, something worth in lakhs, you wouldn't mind paying in thousands to the person who finds it for you, because for that person even a 50,000 sum or sum of 50,000 is good enough. Contact address and phone number, always the case these days. We are even talking of emails. Moving further to let as in to rent it out. Type of accommodation, depending, is that just a room, is it the room and the kitchen, is it the whole apartment, you want to share it, everything. Number of rooms or floor. Now how many rooms do you have and how many are you ready to rent out? Which floor is it? Whether it's independent or an apartment, like I just said. Is it a studio flat, just that, or is it an apartment by itself? So how is it? You have to describe that. The rent expected. So if you are giving probably just one room, so are you expecting 15,000, 20,000, what? You have to give that. Type of tenant required, bank employees, small family. See, nowadays, renting out your apartment is not an easy job. You have to get the right kind of people. You have to make sure that the people who take your flat, whom you are renting out to, don't capture your flat. There have been many cases, they actually do that, and those landlords are in a terrible fix. So that is why you have to make sure whether you want bank employees or you want small families, or what kind of people do you want. You have to have the right kind of people. Whom and when to contact. When you want them to contact you, maybe you are working, so you want them to contact you after 6 in the evening or probably before 10 in the morning, whenever. Contact address and phone number. So if at all they are nearby, they want to meet you, they want to talk to you, so they would want to come there. Moving further, like I said, of kennel, right? The breed of dog. What breed is that dog belong to? Age, color, training. You have trained the dog, probably the dog knows a lot. Yeah, price expected, contact address and phone number. So this is when you want to, you want to actually look for a dog. So you look for such advertisements where these people are ready to, sell those dogs, or hand them over to you. Then vehicle for sale. You have a car and you want to sell it. So what about it? The make. What is the make of that car? Is it a Maruti, Hyundai, Santro, etc. Depending what it is. The model, the color, the accessories, the year of manufacture, mileage, everything. Now obviously when you want to buy a car, you look at everything. Yeah, you want to know the details. Has it been driven for very long? Is it really, the mileage is the mileage good? Is it giving you good kilometers per hour, or is it, how is the color? What are the accessories inside? Do they have the music system? Is the AC working well? So everything. Condition. Has it been maintained? Because there are many people who really don't maintain their cars very well. So you want to know the condition of the car. The ownership details, the price expected, contact address and phone number. That is for a car. So see, like we said, they are very brief, they are to the point, they are concise, they are factual, they are giving you all the facts, and they are formal. Yeah, absolutely formal. Coming back, packers and movers, like we said, when there is a shift, specify the services, give reason why you should be given a chance. So you want to tell them, look, we are the ones who actually take your stuff without breaking a single glass or a single piece of your crockery. We handle with care. Area of work, whom to contact, contact address and phone number. So these are, in case of packers and movers, you have to specify, are you going to pack it for them? Are you going to, take it from the house and put it to the destination? Where, how, everything. You have to specify all the details. only then will the person who requires that service be attracted. Otherwise, who would want to? Nobody. So you have to be very, very true to all this. And to the last set of them, you have a property for sale. You want to sell it. So the location where that place is, your apartment or your bungalow, area in square meters or yards. You have to say how many, square meters is that area. What is the area of it? You have the carpet area. You have all the details about it, right? Name of the development authority. Whose does that belong to? So you have to know, the person who really actually, you talk of the famous builders, their construction people. So their names are there. The price expected, so you want to sell it and it will range up to so and so lakhs, or nowadays it is CR, it's in crores. Contact address and phone number. So towards the end, you have to make sure that you give your address or your email and your phone number. Travels and tours. Name of the agency. What is the name of your agency? The destinations and the duration. So you have to tell them that, okay, this is the trip we are making. Maybe for the youngsters, maybe just for the girls, maybe just for the senior citizens. It depends. Yeah, so and the destination, where all, and is it a 4-day stay or a 4-night stay? The duration. Details of the package, like we just spoke of, you have to explain how, where, what's your itinerary, where will you be going, how will you be going. Discounts, if any, yes, if it's a couple, this is the discount. If there's a senior citizen, going 70 plus or 60 plus or something like that, any type of a discount. Contact address and phone number. Nowadays you even get discounts if you are paying through some particular credit card or things like that. There are n number of them. Tuition classes. Now this is something you will very well understand. Classes and subjects. What are the classes? What are the subjects they are offering you? Special qualities of the tutor. The person who is teaching you, like currently I am your tutor. So the special qualities of the tutor. Is the tutor an expert in that particular subject? Yes, who can give you, little brief about the other things as well apart from what is being given. Then qualifications and experience of the tutor. The more experience of the tutor, the way better the teacher can explain, the tutor can explain. And of course, the qualifications. Then previous results of his or her students. Now, if a tutor is very well experienced, has been teaching since many years, obviously the children, those who have passed under her or him before those years, and what have their results been? Have they really improvised? Have they scored good grades? Yes, that also matters. And again, contact address and phone number. So you see, these at length have been described for you, the types of classified advertisements. Now, after understanding all about classified advertisements, it's time to know commercial advertisements. Commercial advertisements, you are still, again I'm bringing it to your notice, when you put on YouTube, you want to watch a particular serial or you want to watch any kind of a movie, you get those ads, then it comes skip in 5 seconds and you wait for those 5 seconds very patiently, sometimes impatiently, and then you just skip it. Those kinds of ads, which come in the cinema halls, all these are commercial ads. Like I told you about the cricket. Yeah, during cricket, when you're watching cricket, all these are commercial ads. Commercial or display advertisements. These are designed for commercial purposes. Yeah, it is totally business related, commercial. It's all money related, right? You want to definitely, again, advertise some sort of a product which is very suitable at that point of time because thousands of people are watching, and so, yeah, it proves effective. At least that awareness spreads, that such a thing exists, such a thing is available in the market and we can buy it, we can purchase it when we want it. You require more space, hence are costly. Now these advertisements it's not affordable by everybody. You remember, classified advertisements are economical, they're cheap enough, you can afford them. Whereas when you talk of commercial ads, they are way too expensive. They should be attractive with visuals, catchy phrases and slogans. Depending on the brand, you have come across so many advertisements. You look at their phrases, their slogans, you see their visuals, they're very attractive. See, when you get these advertisements done also, when you are actually getting them done, you're getting them made, they cost you a lot. Right? So even when you give it up to, for advertisement, when you put it up for commercial purposes, again, you are paying even there. So this is not something which each and every person can really afford. So what are the main features of a commercial ad? They should be attractive with a catchy caption, heading or subheadings. Your opening, that catchy caption should draw the attention of the person watching it. Heading or subheadings, figurative language, that is alliteration and metaphors especially. So alliteration, like what's alliteration? We've done it in our poems. So like I always give that example so that you understand. Betty bought a butter, the butter was too bitter. So burr, 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 burr. So alliteration and metaphors, it tells you, it directs you to that product, but actually says something else. That's a comparison. So a figurative language is when you are actually drawing, doing it with your figures of speech. The proportionate spacing of fonts with different sizes, the formatting has to happen very well. Usually attractive with catchy slogans, punch lines, witty expressions, pictures or sketches. These days ads have it all. They are a package. Unless they don't have all this, they are definitely not effective because they do not draw the attention of the person who's watching it, of the audience. Special offers or discount, if any, whatever you are offering, you're going to put up that. Details of the product or event given in a clear, precise way. It has to be to the point. People are not patient to watch your ad till the end. It does not have to be a very lengthy one, not a very long one. It should be something which people really see. When you are doing such things, when you're making an ad, place yourself in the shoes of the audience. Think you are the audience. If you were watching that ad, what would you expect? Till how long you would have the patience to actually sit and watch that ad? Do you have the patience to watch it till the end? So make sure that within the first 5-10 seconds, within that much time, you have to actually influence the mind of the audience. Give the name, contact number and address of the advertiser. Present the matter in a box. So this, when you are doing for your paper, for your exam on the answer sheet, you are going to make sure that the product which you want to advertise should be presented in such a manner. Yes? Right? Okay. Now, most importantly, this comes for 4 marks. This question particularly, the advertisement. Now, how are they distributed, the marks? You have to be careful with everything, right? So the format, suitable heading, classification, it will give you 1 mark. That will fetch you directly 1 mark. The content, relevance. Relevance as in the product that you are talking about. For example, if you are talking about a phone, you have to make sure the terminology, the matter that you are writing, about that phone should be relevant. It should talk about the phone. The words that you are using should connect. That is what calls content relevance. Is it relevant? Is it connecting? Expression, which means it has to be grammatically, it has to be accurate, spelling, suitable style and selection of words. All that gets covered in expression. Your grammar, your accuracy, your spellings, a suitable style that you are using, and of course the right words. All this matters for 1 mark. Look, I totally understand 1 mark means okay yaar, theek hai yaar, ek hi to mark hai. That's what we do, correct? But let me tell you, this 1 mark is extremely important, very important. It can take you to the threshold, to the border where you can jump across. This 1 mark will take you to a distinction. So 1 mark is equally important. So every mark matters. Yeah. So please take care when you are framing your advertisement, be it Any question, you have to make sure that you have taken care of all the categories. Yes, please keep this in mind. Let's look at a sample of it. You are personal assistant to GM ABC Metal Tools Company, Mumbai. You are the personal assistant to the GM. Your general manager has asked you to draft a classified advertisement for a local daily for the post of 2 engineers. Now your general manager is telling you, he's asking you to draft a classified advertisement for what? For the post of 2 engineers. Draft the advertisement in not more than 50 words. When it comes to creative writing, we are all aware by now, we have to make sure that we stick to the limit. Please don't tend to cross the limit. Your advertisement has to be complete. It has to be precise. It has to be to the point. You don't have to add extra words. You have to write only what's required. Watch this. Situation, vacant. You remember those titles we did at length? The different ones. So situation, vacant. That means there is a post which is vacant, which is empty. So we need people for that. Required, now this is the ad he's giving in that column. Required 2 well-qualified mechanical engineers with a minimum experience of 5 years at least. Minimum experience means at least 5 years. Remuneration commensurate with the performance and output of the candidate. The remuneration, the salary, the pay scale, it all depends. It will be as per the performance and output of the candidate. The person, how he performs according to that. Send the curriculum vitae. Now we say generally CV. This is the full form. Curriculum vitae within 7 days to the personal manager, ABC Metal Tools Company, 7 Vashisht Complex, Malad East, Mumbai. Along with scanned copies of necessary certificates within a week at abcmumbai@gmail.com and phone number. So you see, every time we had done this, we had the contact address and the phone number. This is how it is. You have the address, you have the email, and you have the phone number for the person to contact. The candidates, those who are interested in this for this post, definitely will contact you accordingly. You got it? So this, you have to be precise with your number of words. See, a few words here and there doesn't matter, but you have to stick to this. Yes? So see, there must be around 10 words. Yeah? 10 words and 5 lines. That's 50 words. So you don't have to sit and count one word. You generally, when you write it, you see in a line, now depending on your handwriting, maybe there are 6 words or 7 words that fit in one line. So accordingly, you can fill up 7 lines. Yeah. So that even the reader, even the examiner understands according to that. So yes, please take care of it. Now, like we said, practice makes man perfect. We gave you a sample, we gave you features, we told you how to go about, we gave you all the details. Now these are a few of the advertisements for practice which you definitely should practice. See, watching right now at the moment, because you have heard the entire explanation, you feel, oh, I have understood. But I'm sorry to say, this is, the more you practice, the more advertisements you practice, you draft, that much perfect you will be at your work. So when you are writing it for your exam, you will not consume more time. Creative writings take a lot of your time. You have to be very careful there. So this, with practice, will also give you a better performance. You will write more better, much better, and at the same time it will help you save time during the exam. So please make sure this practice definitely happens. You have to draft a suitable advertisement to be published in a local newspaper for the post of PA, stenographer, on behalf of the manager of Wipro Company, Chennai. Invent necessary details. Everything given, there's a post, situation vacant. You are Anurag Aparna of 110 Swasthya Vihar, New Delhi. You wish to let out a portion of your newly built house to let. Draft an advertisement in not more than 50 words for publication in the to-let column of the Hindustan Times, giving all the necessary details. So many of the details are given to you here itself. Please use them. You are Harish of number 10, Kailashganj and Lucknow. Draft an advertisement to be published in the daily, the Hindustan Times, under classified columns to dispose of your car. You want to sell your car, right, as you are going abroad. So you will put it accordingly. You have recently started a center for personality development for school children. Draft an advertisement, this is type of a service that you are giving, to be published in a local daily about it, giving all the relevant details. You are Manisha, you have started hobby classes for children of 6 to 12 years. Prepare a suitable advertisement giving all the required details. So you see there are different types of topics. They are actually all different types. So the details that you had got, you can refer to these same things, all this in your notes. Everything is there, don't worry. You won't have to, again, you can read them in the notes, yes, and draft a wonderful advertisement, and I'm sure it's going to work very well. A good advertisement is the one which sells the product without drawing attention to itself. Wow, isn't that? Did you really understand it? Let me read it for you once again. A good advertisement is one which sells the product. So your advertisement has a product to sell. That's the ad about. Without drawing attention to itself, you don't get stuck to the advertisement. You immediately go for the product. That is a good advertisement. And I'm sure you people are going to draft amazing advertisements, and maybe someday, sometime, I might land up buying that product. Yes? So yes, please keep working hard, keep trying, keep practicing, keep watching, and keep learning.